Look up. In the deep quiet of space, a supermassive black hole bends light and time. At its edge, the event horizon, crossing means no return. In medicine, we've faced our own edge. Inside your brain, that boundary is the blood-brain barrier, BBB, a tight lattice of capillaries and junctions that protects what makes you, you. Most medicines hit this wall and scatter, like sparks on glass, while disease can lurk behind it, unseen. Glioblastoma exploits that fortress. Fast, infiltrative, threading through healthy tissue, shielded from many systemic therapies. So the BBB is a kind of horizon. Past it, few therapies arrive, and fewer return. To outmaneuver glioblastoma, we had to change the question. Don't force the gate, learn the patterns, find the openings, speak the cell's language. From the cosmic to the quantum, we borrow better tools. Astrophysics for the picture, quantum sensors to listen, bio-nanoantennae to target, bioelectric fields to guide, a new way to see, to aim, to cross this living horizon, light that knows where to go. In the subatomic ocean, matter is probability, waves folding through waves, writing patterns we can read if our instruments are quiet enough. That is the heart of the quantum turn in medicine, not blasting, but listening, not guessing, but measuring the invisible. Enter ENVI diamond quantum sensors. Nanoscopic lattices of carbon with nitrogen vacancy centers that light up when the quantum world shifts. As we glide from macro to micro, their ruby pinpoints sweep brain tissue like constellations. Each pixel whispers. Temperature, magnetic noise, oxygen tension, ion flux. In seconds, the map appears. Living microenvironments traced in interference light, revealing where glioblastoma hides, feeds, and spreads. Guided by this quantum readout, the second act begins. Bio-nanoantennae, gold nanoparticles tuned to the tumor's language, dock onto glioblastoma cells. They recognize telltale surface markers, acidic niches, clasping only the dark, infiltrative islands. Healthy neurons glow calm and untouched, like stars behind passing clouds. Then, light, a controlled photon pulse threads the field. Inside each gold antenna, electrons face a chasm they could never cross. Until quantum rules apply, tunneling ignites. Blue arcs of electron probability surge across nanoscopic gaps, dumping lethal energy inside the cancer cell itself. Membranes rupture from within, mitochondrial circuits fail, the malign code unspools. The tumor turns to shimmering dust, scattering as quiet luminescence, while neighboring neurons remain steady, unalarmed, unscarred. Precision is the point, selectivity is the promise. ENVI diamond scans refine the where and when. Nanoantennae enforce the who. In 2026, proof-of-concept breakthroughs stitch these pieces together. Real-time quantum sensing aligned with targeted photoactivation, showing potent localized tumor kill with minimal collateral stress in advanced models. The music shifts from mysterious to resolute because the boundary is moving, not by force, but by finesse, by measuring first, then acting exactly. From cosmic metaphors to clinical mechanics, this is the quantum awakening. Light that knows where to go, energy that arrives only where it's meant, and a horizon that finally opens. Zoom in on a living circuit. A cell is voltage and vectors, ionic currents, membrane potentials, timing. Cancer isn't only broken genes, it's corrupted electrical code. In glioblastoma, the rhythm scrambles, feedback loops lock, division routines loop without end. Now we introduce Tumor Treating Fields, TTFields 200 kHz, low-intensity alternating electric fields, tuned to the moment of mitosis, not heat, not shock, a precise waveform that exploits physics where the cell is most vulnerable. Watch the JBN cell stretch into an hourglass. The field turns on, an invisible grid of shimmering phase lines sliding through cytoplasm, polar molecules, charged proteins. They drift, they twist, they pile up in the wrong places. Dielectrophoresis microtubules try to build the spindle. The field reorients tubulin dimers, growth destabilizes, spindle poles misfire, chromosomes stall and misalign. TTFields 200 kHz dielectrophoresis. Inside, tension rises, intracellular fibers snap, organelles shear along field gradients. The cleavage furrow can't complete, the hourglass neck fractures, membrane permeability shifts, nanopores flicker open, ion flux surges. gradients, collapse, checkpoints, trip. The cell can't resolve the error state. The grid persists, measured, steady, no burn, no blast, just cumulative mechanical interference with division. The GBM cell implodes into apoptosis and mitotic catastrophe. It collapses inward as the scaffold fails. Surrounding neurons, out of phase, out of cycle, remain electrically calm, unperturbed in the blue quiet. This is the bioelectric ecosystem. Correct the pattern. Starve the loop. Disrupt the replication ritual. Physics as therapy. Tune to the cell's own timing. Fields that speak the language of division. And tell malignancy to stop. To defeat cancer on Earth, we left it. Pull back from the collapsing GBM cell to the curve of Earth. Blue, bright, breathing. Sunlight blooms across solar arrays. The ISS drifts through the glow. A laboratory above weather politics pull in microgravity. Biology sheds the bias of weight. No sinking, no settling, just pure pattern. Zero-G enables perfect 3D tumor organoids. Spherical vascular-like networks forming without scaffolds. Gradients forming by diffusion alone. Cells reveal their native choreography. Pathways unmask. Drugs meet tissue architecture as it truly is. A floating droplet becomes a universe. A brain tumor organoid suspended in glassy medium, rotating gently, alive with voltage and intent. We watch therapies interrogate it, Fields molecules vectors, while mission-style HUD overlays track mitosis rates, membrane potentials, microtubule dynamics in real time. Beside it, matter learns a new grammar. Synthetic DNA strands, code, turned, construction, self-assemble into shimmering nanotubes lattices. No gravity-driven defects, no collapse. Just long, even helices, nanorobotic backbones, drug-ferrying cages with angstrom-level precision. Match cut, Earth's horizon curves, a nanotube arcs the same line, capillaries in orbit echo city lights at night, macro speaks to micro, 2026 turns the page, automated organoid foundries on orbit, closed-loop crystal growth for ultrapure bioelectronics, return capsules delivering next-gen DNA-inspired nanomaterials to ground labs within days, faster iterations, cleaner data, therapies tuned not just to genes fields form. Warm light washes the lab whites as samples stow for re-entry. The grid from scene 3 becomes a constellation, then a circuit around the world. Physics as therapy, biology as architecture, orbit as the clean room for both. We left gravity to see cancer, clearly, so we can come home with answers. Re-entry. We return to the brain, now lit in soft gold and white, as holographic paths unfurl like constellations across the blood-brain barrier. The AI has mapped the openings and currents, the temporal windows and molecular keys. Not one route, but your route. Not one dose, but your cadence. Personalized regimens thread through microvasculature, each pulse timed to electric whispers and circadian tides. The BBB is no longer a wall, it's a schedule, a choreography. Introduce the tumor monorail. A sleek luminescent track arcing past eloquent cortex. Malignant cells feel the gradient, the gentle pull of engineered cues, and follow, away from speech, away from memory, drawn into safe corridors where therapy waits with open hands. Then the finale. An army arrives. AI-guided immune cells, primed to signatures learned from orbital organoids, surge along the mapped routes. From space-manufactured nanotherapeutics, precision blooms, cages unlock, fields focus, cargoes release on command. One by one, dark filaments dim. The tumor dissolves into quiet. Around it, healthy neural pathways rekindle, white gold currents threading words to meaning, music to motion, self to self, pull back, synapses to lobes, lobes to skull, skull to skyline, skyline to the glittering earth. Higher still, the grid becomes a constellation, the constellation a circuit, quantum to cell, cell to patient, patient to planet. We left gravity to see clearly. We returned to heal completely. Glioblastoma, solved by a chorus. AI intelligence, bioelectric wisdom, and materials born above the clouds. Final pullback into the starry cosmos. Title card flares in radiant white. From quantum to cosmos, cure realized.